Nico. All right, welcome back to the throne room.
Why is he yelling?
I'm sorry, I like to yell. Anyway, we're back. The big three, the three musketeers. It's your host, Alex King, Nico Forlini, Seth Williams. We're back this week.
The boys are back in town.
That was hot, dude.
Wow.
That was wild. You know what I'm saying? All right, how was y'all's week?
Good stuff.
Phenomenal.
It's alright, dude. It can always be better.
Absolutely. You got yourself some apples and water and peanut butter and
some green apples and peanut butter.
Nico, what do
And
you
you're
do? Have
psycho if you
anything
red apples and peanut butter? 'cause
special
that's
to
just
eat?
weird.
The boys are back in town.
That's not a food. I'm drinking some coffee. Okay, we're drinking some coffee. Great week as far as sports goes. Of course, we had the combine, so we'll get into that. We'll get into what we like. We want to talk about top 5 draft picks, our predictions, maybe a Heisman winner for next year too. There was something else. What was it? What was the other thing? The combine.
Top 5 picks.
Top 5. I just said that. There's something else. I don't know. We'll remember it somewhere along the way. So what are your thoughts from the combine, other than that Mr. DK Metcalf is a freaking freak of nature?
That dude is a man among boys.
What'd you say? Like his stats compared to Julio Jones, and it was like blew him out of the water pretty much.
Yeah, so his NFL comparison was Julio, but he had a higher vertical than Julio. He had a faster 40 than Julio. He had bigger hand size than Julio. He had a longer
taller,
broad
he
jump.
weighs more.
Yeah.
He benched more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every
What was
single
it? He
thing.
had like 26 reps at 225 or something like that.
Yeah.
My
6'3",
goodness.
like 220 or something.
Yeah, he had like a 40-inch vertical. What would he run? Like a 4.4?
4.33.
4.33.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a scary dude.
That's literally insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he's like what, 6'4", 230,
6'3", I think.
6'3", 2 something.
Yeah.
My only thing
No,
with
this is a big
with
dude.
comparing him to Julio is Julio's obviously from Alabama and he's from Ole Miss, so there's probably a skill disparity, in like route running. There's got to be a skill. Am I wrong? There has to be a skill disparity there. A wide receiver from Ole Miss is probably not as good as a wide receiver from Alabama.
Okay, what about Antonio Brown's nephew? Antonio Brown's nephew.
I don't know who that is. Where does he go to school?
Ole Miss. They're saying Hillman, DK Metcalf like the best duo since ever, maybe, I think.
Huh? Well, we'll see.
Antonio Brown's nephew?
No, I'm sure I've heard of him. I
He
just
is cold.
didn't know. I haven't heard of him as in
Yeah.
he hasn't showed up in the headlines yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's obviously going to be some skill disparity. Like just because you can't run as fast or bench as much at the slightest degree, you're not going to be like the best ever.
I was thinking about that, dude. Like literally, like you may be at the fastest of 40, but it's literally like a tenth of a freaking second.
Yeah, and the other thing
Different
is
on the field.
these coaches aren't going to be looking for like the biggest, fastest, strongest. Obviously, it helps, right? But it's like at the same time, they want someone that can route run. They want a good team player.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss in the last couple of years haven't
but
been
football-
known for good
Well, this
team,
is
Yeah, but
all-
football coaches
etiquette.
do love size.
This is all tangibles.
Yeah.
These are all tangibles.
What do you
That's
mean?
what the combine is.
What?
It's all
What do you mean?
tangibles.
What do you mean?
It's speed. It's
We set this
strength.
equation to the tangent line.
No, but they also. I mean, you can't just be fast and be a good wide receiver.
No,
You
that's
gotta
my
have the
point.
mental
Yeah,
aspect as well.
yeah, exactly.
You
Because
can't just be physical.
and coaches see the headlines coming out of Ole Miss, and it's like, okay, they're being accused of cheating. It does matter.
Dude,
No
you
team
are talking
wants.
bullcrap at the moment.
No,
What school,
Nico.
What college did
listen,
Antonio
I'm gonna-
Brown go to?
Huh?
What college did Antonio Brown go to?
Like what? Cal or something?
Exactly, and he's arguably a.
Yeah, but that
Top three
school,
wide
that
receiver.
school, yeah, okay, but that school wasn't known for any bad reputation. What I'm saying is, no coach wants
Ole
a
Miss
play.
is so much better
Okay,
than Cal.
you always interrupt me, and it pisses me off. Just let me say this: no coach wants anyone on their team that will bring a toxic atmosphere, an An atmosphere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wow. All
You
right.
really struggled
Welcome to
there.
the throne room.
That is why intelligence has no correlation with success or how much money you make.
Listen, we'll get into that later, Seth. You don't want to have me roast you again. I will roast you again.
Gosh.
I will roast you again.
About this topic.
No, we agreed at the end of the day.
We did, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So, no coach, I don't care if it's on what level, Pee-wee, high school, college, or NFL, wants a toxic player. We don't know his personality yet. We know he's a freak of nature, super fast, super strong, big hands, huge guy. We don't know his route running
he's
ability
not
in
an
the
asshole.
NFL. We don't know his team, like his team character. He might be a terrible teammate. He might be self-centered. He might be really loud and obnoxious.
Obviously, he's not real cocky because was in tears after he destroyed the combine.
Well, that's good. That's
After
awesome.
he did that
Sounds
great
like
thing.
Alex
We'll
doesn't
see.
want to win, dude.
No, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm just
But
saying.
if he was a cocky butthole, he would be like, you know what?
No, I'm just
But
saying.
no, dude, he was humbled. He was
I just think you
heartbroken.
shouldn't hate him. You don't even know that.
I don't hate him.
You
Why?
never talked to him. He's a great dude.
Who
once
said
he's
I
a great
hated
dude
the
once you get to
guy?
meet him, all
Who
right?
said I hated the guy?
He's a great dude once you get to meet him.
You haven't met him. Listen, I'm just saying teams shouldn't, and they probably won't, just go ahead and take stock in him completely.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what kind of a guy he is.
I would
That comes with team interviews. So, you know,
No, but will
when
he
a team
be,
sits down with him and starts talking about his
Just
character.
just like we saw with Saquon, will he be like the new demigod
Wide receiver. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing, Nico, I want to talk about. I remember now. What from each position, which player kind of is molding what teams are looking for? Obviously, in the running back position, it's Saquon Barkley.
dude. Oh my God.
Everyone wants a running back that is super fast, big, but can catch passes just like any other receiver.
By the way, DK
Well,
Metcalf
he's-
is 10.10 seconds faster than
Saquon.
0.10 seconds fast.
He's
Oh, yeah.
Saquon's
Okay, that's
Saquon's
fine.
40 was
He-
a 4.41.
Yeah, he's a receiver, so.
He's a 6'3", 220.
Yeah.
And
But
Saquon's-
remember, though, it's different when you're in, like, skippies. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
so Tyreek Hill
He
is
hates,
still.
He hates the guy. He hates DK.
I
Metcalf.
don't
doesn't
hate
want
the
him to
guy.
win.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying when they run the
He's being
4-3s, it's
This
different
guy's
than
up
when
on
it's on the
world, and
field.
He's just chopping him down.
Maybe like I
My
don't know. Maybe
God,
he tried talking to Alex sometime or something. I don't know, dude. He just doesn't like him personally as a guy.
Are y'all done? Are y'all done? All right, Nico, where can they find you? Okay. So obviously in the running back position, teams are looking for the Saquon Barkleys
that's
in the
difficult.
draft.
Because
It is difficult.
coaches are different. There's not like a specific quarterback. Different types of quarterback. There's mobile.
Yeah.
There's pocket passer.
Yeah.
I
I think the
What kind of
general
quarterback would y'all
consensus. I think the general
like a little bit of
consensus
both.
in
No,
the
no.
NFL is pocket passer. That's sort of the
I
style.
would like a mobile pocket passer. Like
Yeah, like a
Andrew
Russell
Luck.
Okay, well, who wouldn't?
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers,
Russell
Tony Romo, those kind of type guys that are
Probably
elusive.
Rodgers.
Huh?
Probably a Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers, yeah. There's no quarterback that really stood out this past season that would like
Tom Brady.
personify. Yes, shut up. Tom Brady was cheeks this year. That would
won a Super
personify.
Bowl.
Yeah, I
Who
know.
cares? He didn't win a Super Bowl. His team did.
He really. I'm just saying we've agreed on this show multiple times about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything special this
He,
season.
he hates the guy because he isn't the guy.
And Lord have mercy. No. I'm just
He
saying.
hates him because he kisses his
I hate the guy because he kisses his 9-year-old son. Yeah. Makes out with his
Just a little
son.
smooch.
Huh?
It was just a little smooch.
A 3-second kiss on the lips. What happened at your house? Do we need to have a discussion? We need to have a conversation.
Stop.
I've met your dad. I know he's not that kind of guy.
No.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, but so quarterbacks are iffy this season, but I do want to get into which quarterbacks are going first in which order. Well, as Mr. Physics Professor would say, more on that later. Okay. But wide receiver, who stood out this year, and who are teams looking for?
Mother loving DeAndre Hopkins. It's all relative. It's what you need. You can have a big outside guy. You can have a reception type of guy, a possession guy. I mean,
I think
you can have a small, fast dude.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can have
most.
Adam Thielen, or you can have.
Yeah, I think most teams look at what the Rams did, what the Chiefs did, with like really really fast slot players, and then like sort of a smaller outside deep threat.
Who was the Chiefs' smaller outside deep threat?
Tyreek Hill.
No, that was their slot guy, but they didn't really have an outstanding deep threat.
Well, they had Travis Kelce.
They had Travis Kelce, but he wasn't really that big of a deep threat. He was like a skinny
but
post.
Tyreek was also the deep threat.
Tyreek
They
was
had
the deep
Marquise
threat, yeah.
Goodwin.
Who?
Didn't they have Marquise Goodwin?
I'm pretty sure he played for the Niners.
No, he played for the
Yeah,
Niners.
no, remember.
But for the Rams, it was Woods. He was sort of their deep threat. So I think teams are sort of looking for like not a huge guy, but someone that is great at route running, great hands, good in space, that
DeAndre
finds the open
Hopkins.
space. Yeah, like Hopkins, exactly. Now Texans don't have a slot threat.
Kiki Kuti. He's hurt and he's a rookie.
Wasn't he a tight end?
No, he's a tiny slot guy.
Who?
Kiki Kuti. He's a tiny slot guy.
Who's your tight end?
We don't have one.
What do you mean you don't have a tight end?
We don't have one.
Y'all don't run a tight. That's right.
naming. No, we have a tight end. We just don't. He's not worth naming. Ryan Griffin, but he's butthole.
Please elaborate.
I hate him. Ryan Griffin.
You hate him. You never met the guy.
No.
Look, this guy Nico's always trying to cut people down. Look at this.
No,
Always trying to cut
but
people
he
down.
has proved in the NFL that he sucks.
Okay.
He can't block. He can't catch. He can't do anything.
It's,
The coach still plays him, and it pisses me off.
I'm starting to sense a trend in the Texans. They can't catch. They can't win.
DeAndre Hopkins, 0 dropped balls.
He's the only good player on the team, other than Clowney, who got the
What about
franchise tag.
J.J. Watt?
Yeah, he's good.
Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, he's good.
Kareem
Well,
Jackson.
Tyrann Mathieu. If I were to rate him on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd give him a
8.3.
75. 75.
That's all right. I'll give him an 8.3.
We'll meet in the middle. Say 7,
0.9.
7. No, 7, 8.
9.
Yeah. No, I'm right. It's 7, 8.
I think
78 and a half, which rounds to 79. That's fine.
No, it would be because I'm.
You're going down 4. I'm going up 5, so we split.
Yo, I
at
think
a
it's
half.
crazy.
You're going up 4 as well. We're going to 79. You're at 7. You gave him a 75. You're going up.
I did
4.
not give him a 70. I gave him a 73.
I gave him an 8.3. You gave him a 7.5.
Did I give him a 75? Seth, what did I give the guy? I forgot what I gave him now.
Reroll the
The
tape.
point is, he's in that mid 70, low 80 range. So he's not like outstanding, but he's a good player to have.
Kareem Jackson.
Huh?
Kareem Jackson had a career year.
Yeah.
He was better than Tyrann Mathieu. I'd give that.
Yeah.
I'd give Kareem Jackson an 8.5.
I'd say that too. It's very hard to be a defensive back in the NFL.
Very.
It is extremely hard.
Especially
It's hard to be a DB, like, period.
Yeah, because
I know Seth is the ultimate douchebag.
you play 100 plays. You cover them all. You cover doesn't even catch a pass on 99 of them, and then he blows past you on 1, and then people only remember that 1.
It's that with a mixture of, it's so hard to prepare as a DB because you can get thrown anything at you, and it's just hard to prepare. So at that highest level, you're not only extremely expendable because just like wide receivers and running backs, there's a whole new pool coming in every year, and if you don't stand out, then good luck. You know, you've had a 2-year career, and you're you going back to McDonald's. Probably not, but anyway, so are we done with this conversation? Oh, wait, we covered running back, wide receiver. Obviously, DK Metcalf is going to be very sought after because of how well he did in the combine. But we've seen players do good in the combine and really not
combines
make it. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the combine because that kind of goes back to just because your vertical's like 0.1
Exactly.
higher. Wow.
Exactly.
This guy, no.
That's why if I'm a GM, I'm not going to take 100% stock in DK
Metcalf. You look at
Metcalf.
that guy and you're like, wow, like that. I mean,
Yeah.
dude's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, he does. Again, it all depends on his character, his team building. Is he good in the locker room? Does he have a good football
He's
IQ?
good in the locker room, huh?
Is he good in the
Let me
locker
tell you.
room?
Let me tell you.
Seth, I'm gonna hit you.